So I just signed up and started the evaluation of Premium, Jira Cloud Premium, and now I'm going to take a look at what is inside. I think Jira Cloud Premium is not massively different from the normal version, but of course I want to take a look. So in the beginning, you have to perform this initial setup. Not really a setup, you can skip it, but I believe this information will be used by Atlassian for doing something like select the tools that you use the most. I don't really want to select it here. I'll simply do skip and invite your team. No, I don't really want to invite anyone. So let us click on the next button. I am experienced with Jira. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm new to Jira. So my team is new to agile methodologies. We spend our time working on features, I guess. We have a flexible or maybe a tight schedule. Next. So I just want to see whether it will make any difference. Okay, so not really a difference, but based on I don't know what that initial set of questions will do. I guess nothing really, but maybe Atlassian will recommend you, or maybe you can expect some setup, some pre-configured things. I'm not really sure. So let us click on the templates. I think we need to specify a template to create a new project. And in the beginning, you can also import your work. And it is now showing us the standard Jira import wizard, which we have been seeing for many years now, but we don't really want to import right now. So let us click on Scrum and use a template. So maybe I'll use a company. I have to use a company managed because I don't really want next gen project. So let us select next, not really next gen, but company managed project, which is your classic. So Android, I want to, let us say, develop a mobile app and connect work across tools. What exactly will it do for me? I am not really sure. Let us okay, maybe it will just enable those features. We'll on to it. We'll probably we know how to do it anyways. I mean, you can always go to the project settings and you can start configuring these integrations. Like on the left hand side, you have things like code, and you have other things that you can potentially configure. And when you create a new project, you will be presented with this quick start wizard, some kind of a thing, which I don't really want to do, so I'll dismiss it. So I'm actually quite familiar with this, and what I want to do is I may want to create a project with sample issues, because I want to see few things like project archiving maybe. Let us see if we can. So if I click on board, and maybe if I create a new board with sample data, which I will leave as it is. I don't really want to give this board a new name or this project a new name. I'll just use the sample Scrum project. And what I want to actually check is to understand how the archiving of the project will work. And by the way, if you are on the premium version or even on the standard version, you should be able to use the schemes for permission. So there is this option called permissions on the left hand side, and you should be able to change it if you are on a paid version. This is the only thing which is missing on the free version, which I'm fine, because I use the free version for my own personal, mostly demo purpose, and also my service desk, by the way. But I think this can be useful. So this is amazing, and of course you have to pay for it. And the other thing that I wanted to check very quickly is the option to archive. So I'm not really sure where to go, but I can see few things like manage projects, project categories, and trash. But if I have to, let us say, archive this project, like sample Scrum, so we have the option called archive, and there is a message here like only projects. The projects along with issues, components, blah blah blah, will be archived. Issues will be read only and can be accessed via direct link. Okay, so basically these archived issues will not appear, I believe, in the search. I think that is what it will do. So if we go back to the view all project, and by the way, because I am admin, I should be able to access it with using the direct link, I guess. So this is something that I think you should be aware of. If I open the board, there is let me just go to the backlog. So there is nothing in this. It is by the way sample Scrum board. So the thing is that it will be when you archive the project, you should not be able to search it. I mean, you won't be able to search it at all, which is, I think, useful because you can expect your Jira to perform better. And maybe I'll just restore it very quickly, and let us take a look at. Let us do a very quick comparison of before and after, which I think we all know. But if I open the project, I'll just get rid of the external import, and if I open the issue, this is not the issue but the board. You can see the issues. If I maybe want to take a look at one of my issue, maybe I'll click on FFP 11, and if I also maybe want to go to the search, I should be able to search for the issues based on the. Let me just search for the issues. Let us just go to the issues and search. So I can see, of course, in the issue navigator, all the issues coming from the sample Scrum project. Now, if I archive this project, maybe I'll just go to archive directly. Or maybe I need to go to the manage project. So this project is, of course, listed here because I am admin. I can take a look at it, and if I archive it, only Jira admins can restore it. Yeah, makes sense. Definitely, why not? So if I refresh this issue key, this issue key will be still there, and I believe this issue key will be there because I am able to, because I have access to view it, but at the same time it is only just read only. This is something that I think that is important to know, because you're not supposed to modify these issues. They are just for your reference. And I believe if you try to search, if you go to the issue navigator, you should not be able to find those issues. So this is, I think, a good feature, because there is a need to archive issues or projects in Jira, which is not really there. It was not really there on the server version, but on the cloud version and also on the Jira data center version you can, and that is, of course, one difference. So I will continue looking at the premium version, and what I'll do, I'll also try to create a sandbox, and I'll of course show you. Maybe what we'll do, we'll probably just quickly go to the, because I'm trying to understand where to go. Sandbox, no, not really. I think I need to go to the billing section, if I remember correctly. Let me just try to go to the billing or system. I think maybe products. Okay, let us just click on the billing. Let us see if we can create a sandbox. I think I did this like a while back, so I'm not really sure about the exact path. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the users. No, not really users. Come on, Jira Premium. Yes, I wanted to create a sandbox. How can I create a sandbox? I think I need to go to, where exactly is the option? I think I need to go to the product access, maybe. No, site access. Or maybe I'll try from the beginning, admin.atlassian.com. Let us see if we can create a sandbox from here. So I'll find my Jira instance, which is the, where is it? This one, right? So view billing, maybe I'll just click on it, and I'll try to, do I even have access to create a sandbox? Application settings, okay. Manage subscriptions, no, I don't think so. Okay, let me just do a quick search. Jira Cloud create sandbox, okay, and manage product sandbox. Okay, so I do need to click on products, back to products. Yes, I found it. Okay, so products, and then we have something called as release tracks. What exactly is the release track? Maybe. Okay, all right. So I think I think you also have option here to select if you to choose if you want the latest features, which I was not really aware of, to be honest. So I'll probably okay. So it says continuous release track. So receive product changes and features as soon as they become available. Receive product changes features as a bundle every 2 weeks. Okay, I think I don't really mind the latest version. It is not really my production environment. I'm just evaluating. The one thing that I want to show you is to create a sandbox. So it says here manage product. Manage changes to the products with sandboxes. Use a sandbox to experiment and test in an isolated environment. You can create copy data, preview releases, blah blah blah. Create a sandbox. Choose your product, which is Jira Software, and that is it. I think it will take some time, and what we'll do in the next video, we will continue exploring sandboxes, and that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.